It was the night of Veterans Day Eve when the modest elderly military personnel by the name of Gunsmith was preparing for the Big Bash, for Veterans Day was the old man's favorite holiday. Gunsmith, who was deciding on what color of banner would best fit with the front desk.
Gold is best. I choose gold.
By the quickness of a bulldozer in a busy intersection, the mighty servant replied,
They do not come in gold, sir.
Say that in red!
Exclaimed Gunsmith. The servant, bedazzled by exclamatory statement, was blatantly bedazzled by the ruse of the decaying corpse in front of him. Bang! The gunsmith, annoyed by the lack of an outward statement from his late servant, shot him directly into the head with a 60-gauge incandescent light bulb. The gunsmith later turned his eyes to his window. He stared deeply as if he was mesmerized by it. The gunsmith roared,
Gunsmith!
Before vaporizing into a blinding white light. Sitting at a round table, a young blonde woman and an angsty fellow were having a battle of wit. The young scholar with a dashing set of sprees and red hair yelled at the lady.
Small bombs did it.
The fine lady replied,
How the bloody fuck does a bomb strangle something?
The man with the fancy mattress replied,
Small bombs arrest my case.
She was about to state,
There were no small bombs at all.
When suddenly the elderly man transmutified on top of the table. He then shouted at the top of a lung,
Small bombs did it!
The audience, confused by Gunsmith, gave Gunsmith the nick of time to speak in turn again.
Also lambda detta stole Battler's cupcake!
Battler then shouted in glee.
Ha! I knew it!
The witch was stunned, unable to speak, and speechless. Gunsmith knew it was time to play the final card, so he shouted,
Witches do not exist!
The gunsmith then shot the woman in befuddlement with his Glock 45. The witch was destroyed by this. Both the old guy and the young man laughed in conjunction. The gunsmith exclaimed,
Well, I'm off to go fight terrorists!
The young man cried, knowing that he will never meet his friend ever again. The gunsmith also gave the young man his treasured hat from the War of 1812, soon teleported to somewhat known lands. The gunsmith's family were huddled around the table having their monthly Veterans Day dinner, when unexpectedly the old man transmuted in the middle of the table. The eldest son cried,
Screw you, I don't believe in magic, go away!
The old man huffed, however, an unsightly grin rendered on his face. The old man replied with,
Pick a card, any card!
The eldest son, terrified, picked a card, and the old man with a mad grin said ecstatically,
9 of hearts is your card!
The elderless son was in awe.
How did you do that? Oh, shit!
The gunsmith smiled, for he was victorious. Then he thundered,
Magic! The magic of the goldsmith who is gunsmith for today!
With the quickness of a feather, the gunsmith yelled,
Pickle, steak raw, and steak overdone, rise before me!
Gunsmith with success summoned 3 Veterans Day chefs, all being clothed in something overambitious. One of the chefs, Pickle, then exclaimed, This pickle thing is getting old! The gunsmith, giddy from the summoning, then stated,
Death to all non-believers besides me!
A silence was heard. However, the sound of death boomed to all as the stakes were flying all over the place. Pickle was overexercised and started punching Kraus. The gunsmith, airheaded from the display, fluttered over to his foremost entryway to wait for the clients. The goldsmith then remembered the last episode and noticed that he forgot to think of a reason why he needed to kill his family to start up an undefined business, which was fated to disappoint him anyway. This left the goldsmith in desire. However, his grandson ended this desire and cried,
Grandfather, what the hell is wrong with you?
The goldsmith then shouted,
Goldsmith!
The grandson was then thrown into a nearby steel fence post and was impaled on it, all while the humble goldsmith was giggling in ecstasy by the event unfolding.
What the hell? I just made cookies and everyone's dead!
Yelled his terminal unexpected grandchild. The old man stared at him then, exasperated.
Goldsmith!
The young kinsman was blown to smithereens, his engargled corpse staining the tar with a deep crimson. The young man, however, regenerated and got back up, then yelled,
I'm the detective and cannot die.
only to be blown to shrapnel by the goldsmith's abusive magic.
This is annoying, isn't it?
Stated the grandson. Suddenly, the music kicked in, and the prideful young scholar stood up strong and stated,
You cannot defeat me with imaginary things. Try fighting me with your own two hands if you actually exist.
The goldsmith grinned and stated,
There are no less than 2 people in this room, Battler-chan!
The grandchild then
Then
yelled.
say you read that Kinzo is not dead right now!
The old man was befronted by this, but before he could mum any word to his grandchild, he said,
That's right, you're dead because I killed you, because my voice is fucking powerful!
and before the goldsmith would know, he would be knocked in the head right in his temple. Goldsmith in pain yelled,
Blimey!
before waking up in his bedroom, only to notice it was all a dream.
The end.